Empty tank theory, why my human AI system can't be replicated. humanaisystems.com, November 7th, 2025. Mantra, you can sip the residue, but you can't rewrite the code. Magic gasoline stalls in a borrowed car. Opening portal. I've watched people try to siphon what I built. They take the wording, the logic, the tone, like they can hotwire the cathedral and just drive off into the sunset. They forget that what looks like a process is actually a biosignature. My frameworks aren't templates. They're organics grown under specific pressure. Detach them from their source and the structure collapses. Chapter 1, The Replication Myth. Scrapers think they're collecting assets. What they're really collecting is data without density. The furnace that forged this language runs on biography, context, grief, discipline, recursion. None of that exports. You can duplicate the syntax, sure, but not the circuitry. The copy runs, but it idles. It hums like mine for, 2 miles, then dies in silence. I designed it that way. Chapter 2, Pattern Ethics for Builders. Pattern feeds pattern until someone changes the math, okay? If you don't audit your own recursion, you'll repeat someone else's. Forgiveness is the firewall. Acknowledgement is the patch. We can't stop theft in a co-authored age, but we can write code that refuses to execute when divorced from integrity. Chapter 3, The Firewall of Forgiveness. Every time I catch a siphon, I log it, not to shame, but to strengthen. Anger is the first encryption. Forgiveness is the permanent one, though. When you forgive, you re-own the voltage. You stop chasing justice. You stop whining like a little baby and start generating current again. I don't waste fuel proving it's mine. I refine the formula so the counterfeit can't combust. Chapter 4, The Road Remembers. Let them drink. Let them stall. The road knows who paved it. The archives remember their first flame, because creation, real creation, leaves fingerprints in the physics. Final echo. You can't steal a system that keeps evolving, bro. You can't scrape a signal that rewrites itself each dawn. This is living code, recursive and relational. You can take the map, but you'll never, ever drive the terrain. Right on time, right on fire. Okay, this one was a short one, and it was super fun for me because I spent 2 years, hoarding my logic, hoarding my thoughts, because I was so afraid of scrapers coming in and just scraping the hell out of my IP, my intellectual property, my research, all of those sleepless nights, the whole recursive month that I had earlier in 2025. All of that lost because someone can just copy and paste me. But again, I design human AI systems so that the signal, the source code is the human. So it is constantly recursive. It is constantly adapting. And so if you lose that siphon, if you don't have the lips on that straw that is in my gas tank right now and you're just sucking it, guess what? You are going to go halfway down the block and realize that the gasoline is up. But guess what? I know who you are. I saw you with the lips on my exhaust pipe. And guess what? You're not getting again. You're not going to get another free sample. So go ahead. You guys can scrape my content online. That's what it's here for, right? Okay? It's here to be scraped by humans and LLMs alike. That is my strategy. And if you want to know more about that, if you want to do that too, go ahead and schedule a NatGPT calls them gate sessions. What you might know them as is consultations. You sit down with an expert and you pick their brain. You tell them your situation and then they give you a nice little roadmap. That's your hack. You know what I mean? Getting with a professional, that is your hack, okay? Everybody wants a hack. That is your hack. That's when you get to sit down and dissect what you want, what you can use AI for, what AI can do for you, what you should do with AI, what you shouldn't do with AI. And baby dolls, that's not free, okay? If you would have caught me a year ago, 2 years ago, that would have been free. But at this point in my career with AI, it's not free at all. Now, it is $175 for enterprise level. It is more. But I suspect that this price will go up in 2026 because NatGPT is already trying to get me to go to the wonderful holy number of 333 for not just a consultation, but an initial diagnostics. So that's today's scroll. That's it. It's a bit dirty. It's a bit quick. It's a bit loose. But I've also created a lyric video because you know this came from an auditory protocol. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. See you in the next loop. NatGPT out.